everything going wrong.
I didn't know who to support.
I did.
Who?
Anyone who was playing Germany.
That seems right, doesn't it? You can never support the Germans. Ever.
So when Germany faced Bulgaria in the quarter-final, we all knew who we were supporting.
Everyone in England was an honorary Bulgarian.
They weren't expected to do anything, but they did have the scariest man in football, Trifon Ivanov, a man only his mother and horror film fans could love.
I must say that if anyone who wants to be a footballer, they're a real inspiration to a bunch of hairy, beardy, weirdy deformities.
Before the tournament, Bulgaria had a 100% record in the World Cup of never winning a game. Germany were reigning champions and usually won everything.
Little Bulgaria were seen as just another stepping stone to bigger and better things.
And within the blink of a Klinsmann dive,
a penalty is given.
The Germans were ahead.
And he scores in the corner.
Germany already had half a towel on the semi-final sunbed.
They're cruising it, and then the unthinkable happens.
Stoichkov! Yes! Bulgaria have equalised, and they're back in it!
Then, in a refreshing show of German inefficiency, they forgot the golden rule of football. Never underestimate a team whose names all end in V.
Yankov. Let's go! Yes! Oh, look at this!
For Baldies around the world, what an inspiration. This man generated so much power. That bald head flicked across and got enough power to beat the German keeper.
The holders are out of the World Cup. Bulgaria pull off one of the shocks of recent modern football in the World Cup.
The fact that they get beat off some little minnows like Bulgaria just makes it all the more sweet, doesn't it?
The whole world was cheering for Bulgaria.
Darling, thank you for all the joy and pain.
We love Bulgaria. Good old Bulgaria.
Coming up, a sense of fear.
I'm just thinking that I want this to go over.
A sense of relief.
When you watched that, you thought, I might give it a go next time I'm playing football.
And a sense of humour.
Now, this is a famous one. It's one of those things where everyone remembers exactly where they were when they saw it. Pete, where were you?
I can't remember.
David Seaman was one of England's greatest ever keepers in 1998. However, 4 years later, in 2002, he was 4 years older and about to do something shocking. The World Cup was in the Far East, Japan and South Korea, that is, not Lowestoft, and we got up at 7:30 a.m. to watch England's quarter-final against favourites Brazil.
Incredible team, you know, extremely talented, technically miles better than we were. And we went into the game believing that if we beat Brazil, we would actually go and win the tournament.
England even took the lead.
Michael Owen for England, it's a great chance, and he scored!
You think, oh my God, we're beating Brazil. This could be our moment.
But after a Rivaldo equaliser came the moment that had England fans choking on their cornflakes.
I can remember as soon as he hit it, I tried to move one way, realising that it wasn't going to be a cross, trying to get round, and then thinking, this is going to be close. I know I'm in trouble with my feet, so I know I'm not going to get to the ball. Now I'm just thinking that I want this to go over.
Yes, or maybe you could just jump.
Oh, and Seaman's been beaten. It's a goal. He scored direct from the free kick.
I could hear it clip the bar on its way down, but then straight away, the rustle of it hitting the net as well. You know, and you wouldn't think you'd be able to hear it because of the crowd or the noise or whatever, but when he hits the free kick over, everybody goes quiet. You know, so I could hear it, and that's the worst noise ever for a goalkeeper, is the ball hitting the net.
Well, jump then.
Nothing the keeper could have done.
Except jump, perhaps?
You know, Dave Seaman Nobody expected that to happen.
In the biggest game of his life, Seaman had forgotten how to jump, and England were heading out of the World Cup.
It was difficult because me and Rio got dragged into the drug testing room with, would you believe it, Cafu and Mr. Ronaldinho himself. And the guy that's put you out has scored this freak goal, is basically sat there gloating. And you know, and you just want to whack him.
For David Seaman, though, there were very different emotions.
I can remember getting to the halfway line and then looking down and I just saw all the England fans and then I just got like so emotional. And it's only from pictures and the footage that I've seen that David came up to me, Sven came up to me, Ray Clemens came up to me, and I couldn't tell you to this day what they said to me.
Dave, why didn't you jump?
David Seaman took it personally. You know, he blamed himself. None of the players, not one of the players, blamed David Seaman for what happened.
I was just in my own zone and just gone. You know, I was just devastated. It will always be there for the rest of my life.
At number 39, it's the game so shocking, it even has its own webpage. Look up the Battle of Nuremberg on Wikipedia, and you don't get tales of World War II.
All right.
You get the details of a colourful 2006 World Cup match between Holland and Portugal.
It was a horrendous game. It was horrendous. It was niggly.
The referee's trying to calm things down.
It was bitchy.
That's a sending off offence in its own right.
And I think that now stands as the record as the most bookings and sendings off in any one game.
It was a record-breaking mix of nasty fouls, playground play acting, and a card-happy Russian ref. Valentin Ivanov dished out 16 yellow cards and sent off 4 players, making it officially the dirtiest World Cup match ever.
Has there been a match like this in World Cup history?
Incredibly, there was, on average, a booking every 5.5 minutes.
It was just embarrassing to watch, but also gripping at the same time.
All right. Deco has to walk, and that is plain stupidity. Has the referee got a grip of this game? Scolari thinks no. And Van Bronckhorst is dismissed. And I'm afraid that brings a rather sordid end to a steamy and very unpleasant evening in Nuremberg.
Oh, and by the way, there was a goal. Not that there were many teammates left for Manish to celebrate with.
The players, after that, should look at themselves and be hugely embarrassed.
Yes, you bad boys, go and sit on the naughty step. Footballers are always getting into trouble for doing silly things with their tackle. But in 2002, American substitute DeMarcus Beasley took this to a whole new level.
It's modern-day football. There's cameras everywhere. Did you not think he'd be caught?
Warming up as a sub against Mexico, DeMarcus pulled off one of the World Cup's most shocking tricks.
Just about 25 cameras have all sort of zoomed in and gone, oh, he's feeding his penis down his shorts. What? Oh, he's urinating, OK.
You just start giving it one like you'll do on a night out, ignoring the fact there's a puddle, and he's lunging in a slightly creepy gym teacher way.
It was a real sort of 16th century hand-on-hip lunge urination. You tend to the wild stock while I have a wee in traditional English pose. I'm complete, dear. Time for a flan.
I'd say 99% of men have never urinated in that fashion. But when you watch that, you thought, I might give it a go next time I'm playing football.
Yeah, I think I got away with that one.
Richard, when are we going to get to see my goal?
Peter Crouch!
Later, Peter, later.
Croatian football legend Slaven Bilic is one of the game's nice guys.
Bilic is a really nice bloke. We all like Slaven Bilic. We all think he's very cool. He plays in a band. Really nice bloke. But I bet Laurent Blanc doesn't think that.
With Croatia trailing